Did you blow? Right, here I come. Holy shit, that was close.
This is a couch.
Oh my god! Fucking shit's falling all over the place.
Just like the mousetrap earlier.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
You want to sit where
No,
Oh,
not
okay.
right. This is not age appropriate for that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's for OnlyFans.
Oh. Ah. Oh wait, coontail?
No, skunk tail.
Skunk tail.
Right.
All right.
Hey, all you metal mixers, it's your old pal Jennx and
Darkj. Ah.
how you guys doing on this Monday edition? Hope you're doing well. He's having problems with the blanket, the blanket,
flag. Yeah.
the checkered flag,
Keep falling on me, on my arm.
and having problems with the couch. But that's a everyday occurrence.
Yes.
So, without further ado, I don't really have any metal news to report on. The only thing that was of note was Tesla did a cover song of "Spread Your Wings." I heard that this morning. I got invited to a live premiere for that, and I was on there and chatting a little bit. It was actually a good cover. You know, Little Susie is a cover, and
yes,
a few other songs are covers, but that's
Little
not
Susie on the up.
Yep, and that's not a what was the band called? PhD.
PhD. It was like
Yeah,
a medical
PhD.
term.
It was a medical term for a doctor, and they were an early 80s new wave band that they got that song probably right around 80, 81 from Top of the Pops.
Yeah.
And I saw the video, and I could only, not Tesla, but PhD, can only see like less than a minute. It was that awful.
You can only stomach so
Oh,
much.
God, it was bad.
Had enough.
Yeah, it was very for the times, but I mean, 40-some years have passed, but heard that song, Spread Your Wings, and then I listened to Little Susie, and I was like, wow, just how much they have grown, over the years. Some of that acoustic band jam stuff, I did not care for. Got overplayed after a while. But Tesla as a whole has pretty much stood the test of time.
Yeah.
And that's one band I've never seen live. I've had tickets. I was in the front row, House of Blues in Chicago, and I turned around and walked out because I couldn't handle the crowd coming at me.
Right.
And it was just too much at that time. That was 2001. So, without further ado, let's get into our topic today. You wanted to cover, what did you want to cover by King Diamond?
Well, since we did King Diamond last night, tonight we're going to do Mercyful Fate.
Okay.
So, instead of picking 3 favorites and 3 not so much favorites, what would be least favorite? Least favorite.
I don't think there's any least favorites by Mercyful Fate. There's a little different band.
With Mercyful Fate, they only put out, I think, 7 or 8 full lengths. Last one being in 1999, and it says they're still active, but they haven't really put out anything new since then.
Right.
But
and it's one of those bands, that they really were never really that big over here. They were more of a musicians band, and they were just never really made it big. I think King was bigger with his solo stuff over here than
with King Diamond.
With the King Diamond stuff, as opposed to Mercyful Fate, which they were bigger over in Europe.
Copenhagen, Denmark.
Yeah, Denmark and all of that around there. So you got to remember the European audiences are way more faithful.
Yeah.
I gotta fix this, but
they're
way more faithful than in any U.S. audience, and I don't mean to be playing it down, but it's the truth. That's why they get the better festivals. That's why they get the better tours. They get better releases. I think there's more of a respect over anywhere outside of this continent, besides South America, that you could find a more loyal audience than the metal crowd. Europe, Asia, Australia, the South Pacific, Japan, most definitely. and South America.
Mm-hmm.
You don't hear Africa too much often, and that's a topic maybe at another time, because there was a book written about it, and I won't go into that. But the thing about it is, with Mercyful Fate, they're just one of those international bands as opposed to a national band here.
Yeah, so with Mercyful Fate, I got into them right around the same time, like I said last night, about King Diamond, about 89, 90, 88, 89, 90, in that area. So when I heard Abigail from King Diamond, my friend at the time, Ken, got me into Mercyful Fate, and the first one I heard was Don't Break the Oath, and the compilation, The Beginning, which I didn't realize at that time that The Beginning was actually a compilation. I thought it was actually a full length. That was before I heard Melissa, Nuns Have No Fun, which is actually the Mercyful Fate EP.
Okay.
And there was a couple other demos on that they threw on there, but
yeah.
I would have to say, you know, I'm just going to throw out my favorites for Mercyful Fate. I love Don't Break the Oath. I love Melissa. I love The Beginning. I love Return of the Vampire. And I love In the Shadows.
Okay.
The later 90 albums I really didn't care for. They're good, but they're just, you know, I didn't grow up with them. I grew up with the 80s material, as always. So, you know, I'm an 80s child.
Yeah. I never really concentrated on one band as being a favorite over the other. Over the years now, it's changed a lot. I would have to say Iron Maiden is one of the top bands for me, but I have a list of, you know, favorites in my top. It changes all the time. Maiden's never really changed. It used to be Motley Crue. They used to fit in there somehow. But over the years, my tastes have changed, and I've gotten away from that. But with Mercyful Fate, I didn't start listening to them until probably the 90s. That was another time that I didn't really listen to them per se in the 80s, because I was juggling all these bands and stuff like that, you know, and I overlooked a lot of that kind of stuff that is more relevant now than the stuff that I was juggling back in the 80s listening to. But my favorite ones are Melissa and Breaking the Oath. Yeah, Don't Break the Oath.
Right.
They used to play those on VVX a lot. And I had to write this down because, like I said, Mercyful Fate, you know way more than I do. I just know certain albums. You know, Don't Break the Oath, In the Shadows.
Mm-hmm.
I have two songs that are really relevant for me in that Mercyful Fate time. The Old Oak Tree.
Yeah, The Old Oak.
Yep, I called it The Old Oak Tree, but you know what I'm talking about, The Old Oak.
It's a great song.
Great song. It goes about 8 minutes in depth.
Mm-hmm.
It's a conceptual piece, meaning it has a story behind it.
Yeah, the whole album.
You know, the whole album ties in, and that's the big thing with King and with Mercyful Fate, is they had those conceptual albums.
Mm-hmm.
And not many bands could do that. King is one of them. Mercyful Fate is, of course, the tie-in. Iron Maiden is another one.
Mm-hmm.
Who else has done it? Dream Theater, kind of. In a way, some of their albums have been conceptual. Genesis was a big band on that one. And I hate to say it, but Pink Floyd, too.
Yeah.
But yeah. But, you know, that's one thing about Mercyful Fate is those songs that hold up. The other one was The Sound of the Demon Bell.
Oh, from Melissa.
From Melissa, when he goes, Halloween! And when I first heard that, I started laughing.
Yeah.
And then he goes down to that baritone, you know, voice of his. And it's just funny when you hear that song, you hear him at the very beginning. You're not expecting it. It's like that joyful thing. He's like telling you it's Halloween. And, you know, if you hear the demon bell, it sounds like the sound of hell and all that. My parents would have just... that song would not have been played in my parents' house.
Yeah.
Oh, God, no.
That's a great song,
God.
though.
Great song, but my mom and dad, they know.
Yep.
Oh, no. God only knows. They still feel that way, too. They thought this was a phase.
Now, I got something to add into that. So, all right, There's two different versions of Satan's Fall. Okay, so my Mercyful Fate fans and people who know this will know this. There's a 10-minute version of Satan's Fall that's on the beginning, which is from the BBC sessions.
Okay.
Okay. And then there's the version on Melissa that's 11 minutes long. They're kind of sound alike, but me, you know, knowing the drums, I've drummed before, so I pick up on drums very easily.
Mm-hmm.
You listen to the drums on the beginning version of Satan's Fall, and there's a little bit of a snare drum fill, and you listen to the one that's on Melissa, and they don't have that snare drum fill. I think Kim Roz drumming on the one from the beginning, and I think maybe Kim Roz was drumming on the one for Melissa as well. I'm pretty sure it is, but yeah. I mean, there's two different versions. I like the beginning version of Satan's Fall. I prefer that version, so you know. But there's two different versions of Satan's Fall. You would just have to pay attention to the drumming, and you'll know why. And plus, one's 1 minute longer than the other. So, but yeah, check that out.
Very interesting. I did not know that. So, like I said, I juggle a lot of different bands, so it's kind of hard for me to keep up on, you know, certain bands. Even like Dream Theater, that's a band that has so many albums out. I'm like, God, you know, keeping track of all of them.
Yeah, right.
You know, because I like certain songs off of certain albums, and there's certain albums I just don't care for.
Yeah.
You know, even though I love a band like Dream Theater or Mercyful Fate or King Diamond or, you know, Typo Negative or Warren or Winger or, you know, all the different bands that I like, it's hard to keep track of like every single album, what song, this, that, because I could go in all different directions. You know, I get a lot of, you know, and I've gotten a lot of shit over the years that, why don't you listen to this form of music or that form of music? Well, actually I do. You know, with a choir background and a classical minded mind, you know, going to college and everything else, people seem to forget that I'm very well versed in a lot of different things and very well educated in a lot of different things. So to put that label or that assumption that that's all I listen to metal, well, yeah, every day I wake up, from the time I wake up, from the time I go to bed, that's all I think about is metal, metal, metal. Song, 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 music, music, music. It's constantly.
Yeah.
I'm always looking every single time for news, for new music, for anything to benefit this channel. And it's a passion of mine. If you like another form of music, there's plenty of other channels that cover that on YouTube or on Facebook or on TikTok. This is just not that type of channel, and I have to clarify that to some people because they think that this is what it is. And if we decide to go somewhere and do something, that's why it's called a mixture of metal, is because it's metal related or it's close enough to where we both like it, or I like it, or he likes it, that we do it. And that I have to explain that to my, you know, audience sometimes, or our audience, is that's what this channel is about. We've been talking a lot about King Diamond and Mercyful Fate, but you also got to remember Lex Legion has been in the news.
Yes.
And we just like to cover these topics. We're not always going to cover these all the time. We'll cover something different tomorrow. Just the way it is. That's the way the way we roll. I just don't talk about drama going on or tours or anything. I like to get down to the nitty gritty about the bands and the albums and the different things that we know.
Absolutely.
So I think that that's all I really got tonight about Mercyful Fate.
Yeah.
Just that really happy Halloween. You know, he gets up there in that falsetto, and I'm like, oh, jeez.
Yep. Here we go.
Yeah, I could do it. I don't like, you know, I'm a little gun shy when it comes to that. You just got to catch me at the right moment. He heard some of my singing of Wings of Steel cover, A Dreamer Deceiver by Judas Priest tonight. So it is what it is.
There you go.
So let's end this video, shall we?
Shall we?
If you happen to like this video, what are you supposed to do?
Give us a thumbs up.
Push that what?
Notification bell.
share with anybody who you think might like our wild and crazy content,
Yes.
and subscribe to our channels.
Yes, please.
Have you had any looks or views? We need to do
I get
another
looks
video.
all the time.
I know you do. So do I.
I get views as well.
Yep, you do. So do I. We're going to be working on a couple of different videos coming very soon.
Yes.
It's going to be in a little bit of a different area. It's going to be in my neck of the woods in Northwest Indiana.
Her neck
Yeah.
of the woods.
Woods. Right?
Left.
It'd be more like a Chicago, Northwest Indiana vibe. A little bit of Michigan thrown in. Maybe a little bit of Ohio thrown in too.
There you go.
On the way there. So that will be coming up in the next couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So look for that. Anyway, so we'd like to thank our YouTube subscribers. We'd like to thank our Facebookers, our Instagrammers, and Threaders for chiming in on those ridiculous posts that I make sometimes. And last but certainly not least, the TikTok Around the Clock crew, our rock and rollers, over 7,000 followers. 7,000 followers since this channel started.
7.
We're at 170 subscribers on YouTube.
Oh,
Facebook
7.
is off the chain. We have over probably 5,000 to 6,000 followers on Facebook, and that is amazing for such a small channel in such a short time.
Yes.
But it will grow. So
Yes,
let's
it
end
will.
this. Always look good, always do good, always be your best, do your best, whatever you do in life, because what? We love you, that's why.
Yes.
2, smell good. Don't be a ranky rank skanky skank. Stay out of people's beeswax.
Beeswax.
Save the drama for your mama. And haters to the back of the line.
I'm sure we don't have.
And stand on your own twos.
2s.
And 3, chains hanging.
3.
You're going to do that
Oh, yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
Or you're going to end up doing the shocker. No, this is the shocker.
Oh, okay.
Until tomorrow's video, guys, all the best.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, that is the shocker.
Nice. Oh, I get it.
Yeah. 2 in the pink and 1 in the... I won't say it. That's called the shocker.
Rank, skakey skate.
Yep.
All right.
That's called the shocker.
Yeah. Oh, shocker.
Anyways, until tomorrow's video, guys, get you on the next one. Cheers.
Cheers. Ow.
The shocker. Really?